Welcome to the Bear Pit Pod. We are back.
Been a long time, hasn't it?
It's been a bit of an absence.
What was it? It was, what had we done? Who had we just lost to? I'm guessing lost. The last pod we did, it was just before Blackburn.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been on since Blackburn.
Yeah.
3-2.
I think it was two. I don't know why I want to know. I just want to remember last time we were on. It was to get some context. I think the game following the last podcast was Sheff Wednesday.
Yeah, I think
something like that. So I think I can't remember. But we were depressed. I remember we being very.
We were very sad.
Which is slightly improved.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that.
Slightly
but
improved.
we've been away because someone decided to have a month-long honeymoon. But you got married. Congratulations, Craig.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. You were there.
I was there.
You there? Enjoy yourself. Good day.
Yeah, I had a few beers.
You did,
didn't we all?
Yeah.
What's it like being a married man now?
I suppose exactly the same. A tiny part of me feels like I've got a reason to be a bit more mature.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if that will carry through.
Because you're responsible for someone now.
I suppose I was anyway, though, really.
Yeah.
It's not like I'll
got
care
this on.
This little ring here, which is a bit weird. But yeah, it's all right.
Yeah?
Give it a go.
You'll get married. You're not far in, are you?
No. I mean, it's so far so good. 4 weeks in. It's not, divorce isn't on the cards or anything as yet. So good.
You're doing well then.
Yeah. Well, not really. 4 weeks is nothing, is it? But yeah, so far so good.
But it looks sensational as well, the honeymoon.
Yeah, it was amazing. We went to LA and then to Tahiti. I didn't know that sort of place existed in the world.
Yeah.
Growing up, I went to Torquay for my holiday. That was generally where I went to, and this was slightly different. Slightly. Yeah.
Just
so
a
it was,
a little.
It was fantastic.
Yeah,
but honeymoon was great, obviously, but it did pain to miss so many Stoke games. And Vic would kill me for saying that, but
She won't listen.
No, she doesn't listen. It's a big part of my life, Stoke, and it was quite painful to miss so many games, I have to say.
Well, it's good to have you back. It's good to have the podcast
back. Yeah, I missed
even though some people have said, well, since you've been gone, we've been doing well. They don't want us back.
Yeah.
They don't want us back.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But this week, this week just gone, there wasn't any games. It was the international break. England went and smashed Spain last night.
We did. Well, we
smashed them first off.
We were smashing them, and then the score looked a bit more respectable for Spain. But yeah, good, I suppose.
Yeah, that was the first time in ages we beat Spain. First time in ages
31
we beat them
years
in Spain. Yeah,
away. I read.
Last time we scored in Spain, Gary Lineker got the goal.
Did he?
I think so.
Nice.
I might just made it up. But yeah, we missed a few games, and we went through a spell of going 3-0 down each week.
We did. We had a habit of that, which is nice.
Thank God we didn't do a podcast. We might not have made it to the wedding.
No, I would have been absolutely gutted. I think the game that we played on my wedding day was Blackburn.
Yeah, it was. It was because I was running around the wedding to everyone going, it's 3-2.
Yeah,
no penalty.
I know.
And then everyone, me, you, your brother Lee, Mark, head in hands when Berahino.
I mean, I knew that. I mean, were you aware that the penalty was being taken and missed live, or did you find out?
Yes, I had an alert.
So you got penalty to Stoke.
And
then missed penalty by Stoke.
90 whatever minute.
I'm glad I wasn't informed of that. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, the wedding day was fantastic, but Stoke being 3-0 down and then missing that last minute penalty, it was in the back of my mind as I did my speech. I thought, that's a nightmare, isn't it? Just as we were getting the ball rolling, because we beat Swansea, didn't we? And we did all right against Sheffield Wednesday. That was in the back of my mind. Again, don't tell Vic that.
But yeah, well, she's not listening. No one's going to talk.
Someone might tell.
And yeah, it was 3-0 down. That one against Blackburn. There was what was the other one in between? And then there was Notts Forest in the Carabao Cup.
So we did, since we've done the last part.
Rotherham.
Yeah, since we've done the last part, we had Sheff Wednesday 2-2.
Was it Rotherham?
And then we did Swansea 1-0, lost to Blackburn 3-2, lost to Forest 3-2, drew with Rotherham 2-2.
Rotherham 2-2.
Beat Bolton 2-0 and beat Norwich away.
Yeah. And
yeah. That's a lot of games, isn't it?
It was a lot of games. But we were having this spell where it took us to 3-0 down or 2-0 down or whatever until we started playing.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
It was very, very weird.
It was really, really hard and frustrating, and I think it was starting to redefine the season and quite simply sum up the defence was shite, but we've got something going forward, and we're not going up with that sort of kind of imbalance in the team.
But we've been turning that round more recently, and we've been keeping clean sheets, well, in the last two games anyway.
Yeah.
So most recently we beat Bolton 2-0. Berahino's Martin's Indy.
Yeah.
Did I say Berahino Martin's Indy then?
You did, and I said yes. Well, really.
That's how long we've been away. Forgot the players' names. Bruno Martin's Indy. Scored with that header quite early on, and then Ince finished the job.
Great finish as well.
70 odd minute.
Yeah.
And it was comfortable. I thought it was very comfortable. We played well. I thought there was some good passing moves.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I watched it. During the game, I was on a plane flying somewhere, and when the plane took off, we 1-0 up, and then we obviously won, which was a nice relief upon landing. But I've since spoken to friends and family and match reports. It sounds like arguably our best performance of the season against Bolton. Certainly the first half, it sounds like we for want of a better phrase, we tore them apart.
Yeah,
and we should have been further ahead.
100%. And in that game, Tom Ince was probably the brightest performer.
So I hear, yeah,
he was on fire, creating, scoring, and he's pretty much been our sort of talismanic figure these past few games.
Past couple of weeks. Yeah.
And Ince, obviously a standout. That was a win, 3 points on the board. Then we went into Norwich, Carrow Road away.
With how the season was going, I was absolutely convinced we wouldn't win that one. Maybe draw, but I was convinced we wouldn't win.
And I also want to make the note that the Bolton game, Bojan started and played very, very well as Ince.
Yeah.
But then Rowett went with a completely different style. The Norwich game dropped him. And we won that 1-0 in the end, and it was a backs to the wall performance. Yeah. It was a shit house.
Do you agree with Bojan being dropped for the Norwich game?
Do you know what? I didn't when I saw the lineups, and ideally, I'd like us to play a more vibrant attacking style of football with him as often as possible.
Yeah.
But this is what I imagine Gary Rowett saw, is that a more defensive, more organised team maybe with less flair was the team to go and get that result.
I fully expected Bojan to be dropped from Norwich for Etebo, as was the case, and I instantly acknowledged and agreed that I was never going to kind of moan and say, we should be starting. Bojan is great. I'm a massive Bojan fan, but I've never been super Bojan fan because we've got loads of them at Stoke.
Never had like a tattoo?
No, which
I've not got him on your wall like I have.
Nothing like that, but I know that some Stokies think he's the best thing since sliced bread, Alan Hudson or whatever, but I completely understand why he wouldn't play away from home in this division in general. I really do. I think he's got some unbelievable talent. We obviously know that. But I do notice when he leaves the gaps, he quickly tires off in the second half. And I think if Gary Rowett wants to go for battling, scraping them sort of 1-0 victories away from home, fine, and then we can kind of turn it on a little bit at home. I'm happy with that mentality going forward.
I'm fine with that. It was a throwback to the Tony Pulis days. It was a backs to the wall, defend at all costs, bodies on the line.
Which we've not seen from Stoke for a long time.
No, and something that sticks in my mind from not only the game, but also from different comments from different interviews, from whether it be Gary Rowett or Kevin Phillips or Callum Davison, whoever it is on the backroom staff. They all seem to be making this point that everyone is focused on getting us back into the Premier League. Everyone is focused on, putting everything into this.
Yeah.
And that's coming from a lot of different people now. So I'm starting to believe that everyone's committed to the cause.
I'm starting to. I mean, we've had a few false starts this year, haven't we? Where I think we're getting
just
going.
A bit.
And I feel like we're on the cusp of another one now. The Birmingham game it's really going to kind of determine if this is the true start of our season. I think if we beat Birmingham, we could be easily top 6. We're 2 points off the playoffs now. We could be top 6 come Saturday evening. And then you kind of look around and say, considering we've had such a shocking start, to be top 6 in mid-October, that's got to be a good thing. To have been playing as poorly as we have and be in the playoffs in mid-October, that's brilliant.
When we had a poor start, Gary Rowett was pointing to Fulham last season, who didn't...
I frequently quoted that.
Didn't have a great start. Did they not win in the first 10, or was it
something like that? And I don't think they're even top 6 till March. Well, I'm vaguely guessing the stat, but something like that. They didn't break into the playoffs until very late into the season, and then obviously took it
turned it on, promoted
by
the end of it. And I think that's probably not my prediction, but I think we'll get around the playoffs. Personally, I think
we'll finish. You do automatic too far? Do you think?
I think that'll be a step too far.
We're still very early on, and a decent run before we could be up there. And I'd like to think that we're still not hanging on to the coattails. That's a little bit dramatic, but I still think there's opportunity to chase down them top 2. I really do. So I've not given up on that yet. But Birmingham is huge. Really, really big game.
And another man to probably single out for praise here after those wins, and since he's come into the side really from when we signed him, as Ryan Woods.
Oh yeah, you know what? I've slipped my mind. Again, we've not done a poddy since he's been with us. I think we just signed him. How good is he?
Brilliant.
And I feel
what we've been missing for years.
Oh, I feel frustrated in hindsight that we pissed him out looking abroad for someone that can do a certain job, and these sort of players exist in the lower leagues, and we've never really delved into the Football League since when we're in the Prem. Mm. But these players exist. Ryan Woods, what, 6 million? Dreadful. I think some of the money we've wasted.
Yeah. Wasted
on certain players. And it frustrates me that we didn't consider the Championship. He is phenomenal. He's. I don't want to get ahead of myself. You know, players have had decent starts in the past and not kind of fulfilled that potential. But how good has he been? I've not seen him play it. He's great. One of them players that when the ball comes into him, a slight change of direction with his body, and he's got the pitch opened up to him. Yeah. Quick feet, sensible, calm. But he's also got a decent mouth on him, which I don't think we've seen for a while. He's bollocking players if they need it. He's geeing them up, and that's why he's been instantly promoted to captain. Yeah, what a signing. So far, absolute 10 out of 10.
It's been absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And Gary Rowett loves gingers. That's another thing we've come to.
Yeah, well, I say that. We got 2, haven't we? I think. Yeah, maybe.
We've got 1, 2, haven't we?
Well, then we got Clucas. Woods.
Oh yeah, and that's another. I mean, we've got some other gingers elsewhere. Rowett didn't sign him, but
who else we got this year?
Hogard.
Yeah, but he's rubbish, isn't he?
Yeah, he's crap.
I can't put it.
Clucas is another one who's still to come in.
The mystery player. I don't know what he does as of yet. I don't know what he's going to bring, but I heard good things for when he is ready.
Mm-hmm. And he should be ready soon.
Yeah.
I think he's back training.
Where does he fit in?
Not too sure. Another one as well who's been doing okay is Cuco Martina.
Yeah.
He's solidified his place as right back now.
Yeah. I mean, we that's what we really hammered the last poddy we did was what is going on with Bow, and a lot more's come to light since then, hasn't it, actually, about he has had a falling out with Rowett. That's pretty evident now. But Martina came with a really bad reputation. Everton fans are slating him and slagging him off. But he's been good, very good going forwards. Defensively a little bit sloppy, but so far so good. Semi-assist for the Norwich goal.
Yeah.
Well, assist is it? I don't know.
Sort of.
Yeah.
So those were much needed wins, and we now sit 14th and 4 points off the playoffs.
Was it 4 points? I thought it was 2.
No, we're on 16. I've got it right here. We're on 16, and it's 6th, isn't it? So, and you'd need 4 to actually get it.
I was wrong with my prediction. We could be top 6.
Way wrong. That's what happens when you go
But we
away.
could be close anyway.
Yeah, we're not far off. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Have we turned a corner now, though?
I don't know, because like I say, we've done this before. Going into the Blackburn game was a very similar position that I thought we were turning the corner. That went completely tits up. That's why I just think this game's so big. If we can beat Birmingham and beat them comprehensively, I will say yes, the corner's been turned. We're standing on the edge of the corner. We're just waiting to stand around it.
Okay,
that's my analogy.
We're nearly there.
Nearly. That's why it's such a big game.
Yeah,
such a big game.
Will be a big test. Sorry, you just saying big games, just bringing back horrible memories from last season.
Must win.
Must win. Yeah. Must win every week.
Well, I was going to say that then to the Birmingham game, and I can't go down that path again.
Don't start saying must win games every week.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
Embarrass myself again.
Can you see improvements now as well in players understanding Gary Rowett's system? Is that something that's clicked? Do you think that they've all seemed to now actually get an idea of what Gary Rowett's about?
I think so. I mean, do you still know what is the Gary Rowett system?
I think it is quite direct football, a lot of wing play, getting it into the box.
I mean, you saw a bit of a contradiction of styles. Bolton at home was quite expansive and flary, so to speak. Norwich was the absolute opposite, dig in and all that. I still don't know. When we hired Rowett, the rumour was that it was long ball, dig in. I've seen more sloppy, open, expansive football than I have the other one. So I'm not really sure what players are buying into at the moment. So I don't know.
Maybe they're just buying into him.
That's what it's all about. I think it's the attitude and mentality of the players. I think a togetherness is slowly forming. And when I look at Phillips and Rowett in the back team, Delap, you can't help but think there's this team can't have character with them guys behind the back. The back scenes and that, they can't not have. I think we're getting there. And I do like, Williams has been so-so.
He's not been great.
He's not been great, he's been so-so, but I do like his kind of attitude, Ashley Williams. I think there is a real determination from him. Something that Ryan Shawcross has been shot to pieces of confidence. And I don't know, Williams is coming with not quite as much baggage or kind of a lot of stuff resting on his shoulders, which I think the defence needed.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to come on to you, and you've mentioned Shawcross and the captaincy. He's been dropped for the past 3 games, I think. He said, yeah, it is strange. He says he'll do everything in his power to get his place back when he gets the chance. Is he done for, or can you never write him off?
He's definitely not done for, because, I mean, he's been dropped for 3 games. That's not the measure of someone that's been done for, so to speak. Ryan's not been consistently good for a while, has he? He's had glimpses here and there. We've had glimpses this season where you see the old Ryan, but I don't really know what Ryan's peak is anymore, if that makes sense. What is the best case scenario for Ryan? Because we're never going to get the 2011, 12, 13 Ryan back. Naturally, he's a lot older. I don't know what Ryan Shawcross in 2018 is at his best. So it's difficult to call if he will ever kind of come back into the side and show that. At the moment, I'm unhappy with Williams and Indy. All you can ask for is that Ryan rolls up his sleeves. He's never been dropped. We've never had to see Ryan bounce back from being dropped, and hopefully it's going to be a positive Ryan that we see in this position. Some players might fold, haven't been dropped. Some might come back stronger. Ryan's a bit of an unknown quantity because we've not seen it before. I hope it's the latter.
Yeah, we're treading new waters.
New ground. I mean, how long has he been here? 10 years. It's mad to think that. You've got it again, Ryan Shawcross, we've said it, absolute legends at this club, and to have not been dropped in 10 years. I mean, maybe the odd game here and there, but generally to have not been consistently dropped in 10 years is the testament to the player. I can only hope that he does fight for his place and shows determination to come back. But it is bizarre to see him on the bench and not be our captain.
I think he can come back, and I think he can.
I hope so. Maybe he just needed a rest. Like I say, 10 years of consistent.
Worn out, bit of burnout.
His back was knackered, wasn't it? And I'm not sure if he ever really recovered from that. So let's hope for the best for Ryan. And I'd like to think he's got a big part to play in the season still. Because, I mean, let's face it, our centre-back squad capacity is very, very weak. Mm-hmm. We've got, Ryan, Williams and Indy. And after that, I don't know what.
We're down to Harry Souttar.
Exactly. That's why I find the sale of Cameron bizarre.
Yeah,
I think he got a part
scored
to
for
play.
QPR.
He did score, yeah. I think he had a part to play, but time will tell if that was a real mess up, as I suspect it might be.
Time will bloody tell. And we're going into the Christmas period now, which is always interesting.
Yeah.
Premier League fixtures were busy, but
you forget how hectic it was in the Championships. I mean, you said to me before we come in here, we got next Tuesday, we got next year. Just forget these midweek games come up almost every other week.
Rack them up,
It's nuts. And
it's coming up to
frantic,
a hectic period. And this is the time when we're probably going to see changes in the squad and rotation.
Well, this is the thing with defence.
Chances.
We have got, in certain areas, we are very, very light on the ground. Very light. So it's going to be interestingly worrying, I feel.
Certainly will be. Certainly will be. One of the questions, because when it's the international break, fuck me, we're struggling for things to put on the page, I'd say, or make some conversation, keep things interesting, especially when we don't focus on too much of the international guys. Jack's not playing for England. We haven't got the Irish contingent anymore. No one's asked about Arnie for Austria.
No.
So the international breaks were probably worse than ever for Stoke fans.
Have you got anyone that kind of featured, quite prominently?
There's no Peters in the Netherlands setup. There's no Bruno.
Etebo, is it Nigeria?
Nigeria. But, they're not really televised games in the UK. No. We've got the Nations League, but you're struggling to find a few players.
Oh, wow.
There's no ints. McLean played for Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I watched it. They played tonight against Wales. Maybe watch that. But the international break's a lull.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of a lull. So we put this question out on the page, and a lot of people were quick to respond with the obvious answer. But give this some thought, Craig, because it was also brought up by a current Stoke player a few days after we posted. You might have watched it. You might have looked at the page and thought, right, I'll mention that. Who wins, or what is the result? Barcelona with Messi,
Yeah.
playing on a wet, cold, windy Monday or Tuesday night
Yeah.
at the Britannia with a Stoke City Pulis side in their pub.
Pete Pulis.
Yeah.
I mean,
everyone's quick to say, well, it's Barca 6-0. I don't think it is. I don't think it's not as clean cut as that.
I'd like to say Stoke would compete, and if maybe on the right night, but then at the same time, I remember watching Barcelona destroy Man United in the Champions League final. This was with a defence of Rio Ferdinand and Vidic.
Yes, but you're looking at it just from a player's point of view.
Yeah.
Coming to the Britannia with the stigma there was around it.
Would they have been affected by that, coming from La Liga and not really?
100%.
What, were that
the
famous?
Crowd.
I mean, you know what? Celtic beat them 1-0 that time in the Champions League, didn't they?
They did.
At Celtic Park, the hostile atmosphere. Maybe if the cards were dealt right, and
if it fell our way,
we'd give them a better game than better teams than Stoke would, if that makes sense. I think, like Arsenal, for example, often got turned over by Barcelona.
Well, yeah, because they try and play the same football.
Exactly. I'd like to think we'd give Barcelona a better game at Stoke anyway than teams like Arsenal did.
I mean, don't get me wrong, at the new camp it probably could be touching double figures.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous. We'll never see.
We'll never know. That's the thing. No one can be proved right or wrong.
I'd love to see. Well, let's. I mean, similar-ish then. We had Valencia down at Stoke on a Wednesday night, didn't we? In the Europa League, where it was, and we were all right. But I remember thinking
just
that
that screen.
They comfortably outplayed us. I felt. If that's the closest.
Was that the screamer?
It was a scream. Yeah, they beat us 1-0. I mean, 1-0's not an emphatic scoreline, but I think they were very comfortable from memory. But I think that's the closest we could get. But having said that, playing Barcelona, the players, the crowd, it'd have been a fantastic atmosphere. And I think our chances would have been better than your average Premier League team, or even your average to good Premier League team. But surely we lose, though.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Surely we lose. Surely.
If I was going to give odds on the game,
odds.
Yeah, I'd put Stoke at 10-1 for that fixture.
Right.
But so we played the game 10 times. We get one.
Yeah, and I think certain teams in the Premiership wouldn't have a chance.
And I think we just have to turn up on a day. A lot of things go our way, but I think we could win.
I think
you'd unsettle Barcelona. And on this point, and the reason I bring it up again is because Peter Crouch on his podcast said he's got a podcast now. He's rivaling us.
He's loving it, isn't he?
He said that Stoke could unnerve them and win, or they'd do well against them. Contrasting styles of football. They wouldn't like it. Getting smashed all over the place.
I'd love to say it. They're phenomenal.
If the marketing teams at both clubs had anything about them, this would have been a friendly a long time ago, and we'd know the answer.
Yeah, but would they want to chuck out Messi against bloody Robert Hoof?
Probably not, but just for the good and science of football.
Maybe. I think the closest analogy or comparison you can draw, which does kind of potentially project Stoke in a good light, is how we perform against Arsenal, who were the closest sort of footballing style in the Prem to Barcelona. I mean, I said it very lightly.
Man United, when they had Tevez, Ronaldo.
But Man United were tougher. I think with Arsenal, they had a bit of a soft underbelly, which you could argue.
Yeah, you could say with Barcelona.
So I think based on our frequent victories against Arsenal, you never know. And I wouldn't say that for all Premiership teams that would have come up against Barcelona. So you never know, but I mean, we'll never see it. But
we'll never know.
So intriguing to see.
We'll actually never know. But
So
do let us
intriguing.
know in the comments on wherever you're watching this what you think the score would be.
Yeah.
If you haven't already commented on the page, which probably the majority of you have, and you probably wrote 6-0 Barca, but let us know. Question time.
Here we go.
I don't think we've had many because it's been the international break and we've been away for a while, so we've got to earn the people back.
Forgot about us, yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, this is from Martin Batcher, 1 being shite and 10 being even shitter, how wank are the Vale?
So the options are shy to even shit.
Yeah.
Well, what's the top 10? 10. Following that, what was it? 6-2 defeat to Lincoln.
That gave us a laugh. That's what the international break's good for.
It was something, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's go with 10 for now.
Yeah, we'll go with the highest score we can give. And that was a joy to see on Saturday afternoon.
Based on Martin's scale, let's go for 10.
Owen Bloor says from the start of the season to now, pick 3 players each who have performed the best for the team and the 3 who've performed worst. 3 best: Ince, Woods.
And I'm going to go with a phobe. I think he's. I get the impression he's a bit of a Marmite player. Some Stokies, but I see a lot of potential in the phobe. I think he's an absolute beast at this level.
Do you know what? I might throw one in from left wing, and not literally. Berahino?
Yeah, he was. I mean, because he's come from literally shit.
Yeah.
Well, like nothing. We've got nothing to go off. I think Berahino's he's more of a footballer than I ever thought he was, and I think he's had a very positive start to the season.
None of the defence are getting in there.
No, but I think Toby's had a good start as well. But I think I'll go with you. Ince, Woods, and Phobe is my third. I think.
Okay. I'll go with Berahino just to mix it up.
Yeah.
Worst.
Williams. I'm going to not say Williams purely because I think Ryan's been worse. Who else have we got? No one's been horrendous. I think Ryan and Williams haven't been that great. I think it's difficult, isn't it? And it does shine a nice reflective light on the season when I'm struggling here. I don't know. Peter's had a poorish start, but I think he's doing all right.
I'll do my three. So my three are going to be Williams, Peters, and I'm going to throw this one in just because I expected him to excel more in this league, and that's Butland. Only because I think he should be at a much higher standard.
I think the terminology, what did he quote it? The shittest, was that what he said?
Who's performed worse?
Oh, worse, that's fine. Yeah, I agree with Butland. He's still not looking very composed.
And that error against Leeds.
Yeah, I think, I'm not saying he's a horrendous season, but I agree with that sentiment to a point. He's not looking like a jack of all. He's still not there.
He's still not 100%.
That's not to say he's been horrendous, but there's a lot of improvement there for him.
Matt Bennett says, where do you think we need to strengthen in January, and do you have any specific players in mind?
Centre-backs.
Yeah.
We need a centre-back. And I've forgotten his name, but the centre-back, Rotherham centre-back, who absolutely bossed it. I can't remember his name now, but he was immense. That's all I've got, Al.
Okay.
Well, man, another winger as well. I think
I wouldn't mind a left back there. I think Peter's days are numbered.
I think he's grown into the season, but I've been saying that for about 3 years of Eric, so I can't.
I think it's time to just get a new, not too young, but someone who's doing well, an experienced.
Yeah.
I don't want us to go and get another youngster like when we got Tim in and that hasn't worked out.
Yeah.
Just a experienced, maybe between 24, 27 or something that we can get a good usage out of.
I generally agree with that. I think a winger, centre-back and a left-back. But centre-back's the more priority.
And another thing we should probably speak about, I haven't put it in, potentially keep an eye on a goalkeeper. Because January's coming up, Butland's still in this league. He's now changed agents. He was with Beswicks and Gary Mellor and the guys in Stoke. He's changed now, whatever the reason that may be. You didn't get me a move.
Yeah, deep down, that's the only reason, surely.
So it looks like Jack could be on the way out. And I want to put someone up there for a potential signing as Matt Bennett's asked. Heaton?
Yeah, I saw that today.
Heaton from Burnley.
He's quoted he
wants first team football.
He wants first team football. And Burnley have got a real depth of
I was going to say they've got 3 keepers in there.
So I think that's a good shout. I think we need to keep an eyes on available keepers because I wouldn't be surprised if Butland went in January.
Okay, and Heaton is one of them.
Yeah.
Peter Stoddart says, welcome back. Hope the wedding went well. And is Bauer's Stoke City career over?
It's not looking rose, is it?
It's not looking
What a shame. That's been the biggest disappointment of the season, actually. Bauer.
Well, apart from all the results.
Apart from the results. Well, they're going the right way now. But I thought Bauer would absolutely boss this division. And I looked at our defence and thought, well, we've got maybe a bit presumptuous, but I thought we've got one of the better right-backs in the league here. Because he was great last year. As great as you can be.
He was.
He was good. And that has gone to shit, hasn't it?
Tits up.
And I always thought we had a real determined, hard-working player there. And I'm not saying we've not, but I don't know what's happened
what's
there.
gone on behind the scenes. There's
but I can only assume
if
you put the effort in, you work hard, you're not going to fall out of a manager.
Yeah.
That's the only evidence I can kind of go off at. So,
Ken Toft says Campbell to play Saturday.
Yes or no?
Scored a hat-trick for the under-23s. Scored in the game before that for them as well, I believe. He's certainly on fire. I'm not sure we can trust him to start, but certainly a place on the bench.
I think so. I mean, we saw him last year. Admittedly, he was in the Prem, but he struggled, if we're being honest, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a shitter of a season. It was difficult to come into it, but scoring a hat-trick against Macclesfield in the under-23s, I don't know, but I think maybe a bit of bench time for the first team is probably warranted at the moment, but I'm certainly not putting many eggs in that basket at the moment.
Just looking at some more that we haven't. RB, we've just answered yours, sort of. We've sort of answered Gareth Oatcake Eater, but he has asked how is married life, Craig.
It's all right.
Sort of covered
It's the
that.
same.
Jake says, Jake Hall, if you had the choice to live forever and could not kill yourself or be killed, would you take it?
Yeah, why not? Actually, Stoke win a cup.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably live forever.
Yeah.
We won't answer at Lovely Petersons because we know the answer and it's me. He says, who's got the biggest wanger between you two?
Yeah, it's definitely Elliot.
Charlie says, the club has lost its character. The likes of Walters, Huth, Whelan and others have all gone. Do you believe that this group of players are a team, one that can gain the same chemistry and heart as the old guard, or are just promoting themselves?
I think so. Like I say, Wood's great attitude. I like the Phobie's attitude. And despite his performances, I think Williams has got a positive attitude we need. McLean, obviously, has got the right attitude as well. I think there's a nucleus of personalities in there that can get us towards the right end of the league, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Mashed potato or roast potato from Luke Menton?
Roast.
Really?
Yeah. You kidding? Mash?
Mash for me.
Oh, no way. Could we put that? Have you got like a vote system on the Bear Fit?
Well, we can't.
Roast potato would dominate that. I'd have a bet with you.
Bangers and mash.
Roast potatoes would absolutely dominate in the poll against mashed potatoes.
We're gonna have to put that up.
I got dead passionate then, didn't I?
You did. You got very,
I lost my head.
Maddest I've seen you. Matt Stokey says, "What do you think the fans' negative attitude? What do you think of the? I can't read today. What do you think of the fans' negative attitude this season, and has it been justified?"
A little bit of both. I understand the frustrations, but I did feel that the fans were getting on the backs of the team very early, unnecessarily, for several games this year.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think some fans thought we were going to come to this division just blitz teams. They were getting wound up in like the 10th minute because we weren't 10-0 ahead or something. But at the same time,
I think we all expected better.
We did, but then at the same time, of course, being 3-0 down at home to Wigan and Blackburn, naturally that's going to happen, isn't it? But I still think the fans need to show a little bit more patience because I think we're going in the right direction. We've seen signs.
Akil Ham says, Elliot, do you now love Ince? Because I was quite
you weren't
scathing,
sure,
but I wasn't a fan. Yeah, he's playing very well. Is he expecting to in this league? I think my gripe was that I wanted Matt Ritchie, and that's a player who's going to perform in the Premier League.
Gotta let him go, mate.
Right, as if we go up,
gotta let it go.
Ince probably won't, but
Ince is,
he's doing the job now. If he gets us promoted, of course I'm going to love him.
Yeah,
of course. Let's have a look at some that we haven't answered. Who's been the better signing, Ince or a Phobie? Says mshort0505 on Instagram.
I think it's difficult because Ince had a very good month, hasn't it? For me, I still think Phobie's edging it. I think he's a beast for this league. I really think he's going to get 20 goals this year. He's immense.
And Rafferty Caitlin says, are you concerned with some players dropping form like Joe Allen or Jack Butland?
We've not spoken about Joe Allen, have we?
No.
His season's kind of a load of false starts as well. I still don't know how to conclude. In fact, 3 worst players. I think Joe Allen's a fair enough shout, isn't it?
I completely forgot about getting Allen.
Again, he's not been horrendous, but he's performed so far below his best.
His level.
We've seen the briefest of glimpses of the old Joe, but he's got a long way to go before he performs how he should do. A long, long way to go.
100%. I mean, I completely forgot about him off that best performing list, but he's definitely on there.
Yeah.
He's been a shadow of his former self, a shadow of how he played in the Premier League. And we remember how overjoyed we all were when he signed that contract. And now I don't think I'd put him in the starting 11.
No, I mean, when Klukas gets finally ready and Bojan's there, Joe Allen's been droppable. Wood, I think Joe Allen's been droppable several times this season. I'm kind of surprised he's just snuck through without being dropped. But we know what he can do.
Hopefully you can get that back.
Hopefully. Glimpses.
Just a dip. Thanks for all the questions. A lot of people sent some in, but we answered some already. Do make sure you send them in every week, though. Try be unique. That's how you get. That's how you might get.
They're my favourite.
Like who's got the biggest wanger? Lastly, Birmingham on Saturday.
Big game. Must-win game.
Huge game.
Yeah.
They're in a similar place to us, around this, the 17th to 14th, 15th, 13th, whatever. And they have our old friend Gary Monk at the helm as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do we win this?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we're going to win it 2-0. I think it's going to be... I mean, they've sold 3,000 plus, I think.
Yeah,
it's going to be a really, really feisty atmosphere. And I think it's going to be... I'm being really presumptuous. I think it's going to be the peak of the season. I think we're going to put in a great performance. I think we're going to do them 2-0. I think the crowd and the atmosphere will be great. And our season kicks in there.
Yeah, I think we're going to go...
Pour that in there.
Yeah, I think we're going to go back to what we tried to do against Bolton. I think Bojan will be back in the side.
I'd be surprised for years. I just don't think Rowett likes him enough. I
think he'll be back in.
I'd like to see him. I just don't think Rowett likes him enough. But I think we're better than Birmingham. I don't care if they're around us in the league. We are better than Birmingham. We really, really are. And I think, ignore the fact they're going to come with passionate support. We need to be winning this and winning it comfortably. And I think we will.
Let's hope
that's going to backfire, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
I've done this before.
They've got in central midfield as well, a mate of mine, David Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Any good?
He's all right.
Better than Bojan?
Yeah, he's okay. No, he is all right. It's not better than Bojan. He'd admit that himself.
That's good.
That has been then the Bear Pit Pod. Make sure to like, subscribe on YouTube, SoundCloud, Acast, iTunes. I haven't done this in a while.
No, that's your lot.
All of them. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see you at some point next week, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bye.
See you then. Bye.